So I'm interested in something you said a while ago to me about you train high rocks in CrossFit now. And then what you were saying earlier about about how far you would take your sport. You would be out there for hours and hours and hours and hours. But when you talk now about some of the workouts that you do in high rocks and CrossFit, you talk about going to a dark place. So
maybe that's not the right reaction when you say dark place. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is that dark place?
It is a case of relinquishing self-doubt. And what I mean by that is that my self-doubt and criticism will always be a part of me, I think.
Okay.
But that is dealt with the best that I've found in a case of putting my body through these kind of gut check workouts. Things that I think, oh shit, I don't know if I could do this. This like makes me uneasy kind of thing, because I still get nervous about that. It's the same kind of performance thing.
Sure.
I could look at a workout like what I do in this context now is it's a lot more. You could look at it as it's just mundane. It's literally just a case of a glorified circuit. But I'd look at it, read it, and even on a bit of paper or a whiteboard would fill me with dread and fear, as if I'm about to play the most important game of my life in handball context. So that's still there.
Have you got to keep yourself in check? Because what you could do is you could look at a high rocks workout, you could look at a CrossFit workout, and you could think, right, I'm not feeling too great with myself at the moment, so I'm gonna
put myself in a hole.
So I'm gonna do 3 of them. Like, set it so unrealistic. So surely it's a bit of a balancing act with you, isn't it?
Yeah. I would definitely go on the side of doing too much rather than too little in the past.
Okay.
In the past. We've got a lot better, Matt. We've got so much better. So an example I'd use is like coming back from, I think I moved back to England in March last year. And around that time when I stopped playing so much and I kind of pivoted into functional fitness and CrossFit style training, I was also doing a lot of running. And I also found the whole Goggins and that space, which is a slippery slope.
Good old Dave.
Yeah. So I was like, I wonder how far I could run. And often very little training, I did a half. And it was slow and it hurt.
Because when I met you, you were doing the...
I'd signed up for Salisbury, yeah. Yeah. But this is July. I did a half for the first time and I felt awesome for it because it was a state of euphoria and proving something that I didn't think I could do, and I was like, there. And half is okay. Anyone can do a half. But then I did a half and thought, if I could do a half, I could do a full. And I had not done enough training. And on a Sunday, random Sunday, by myself, with no food, no water, I just ran.
Oh no.
And I just kept going.
How did that go?
And I put myself in a hole. And I did it. And it was again a state of getting over myself and proving that I could do it. But then the fallout from that a week after was that it impacted every single other bit of training that I had going.
Right.
I was like, if I've not done that for a reason, if I've not done that for an event or to set a time, it was just a case of, can I do it? It was very egotistical. It was like, can I do it? Can I prove to myself that I can do it, and just tell myself to shut the fuck up kind of thing. And I did. It was slow and it hurt. And then 1 or 2 weeks going back after it, like I could barely move. I could barely stand. And that meant I couldn't train. So then I was a bit of a mental wreck the couple of weeks after. Because I'll be honest, if I don't have any kind of physical pursuit going on, I do get a little bit out of sorts. I'm a worse person for it, for sure. But I think everyone is to an extent. We'll get into that a little bit more. I think that was a point where I recognized that I need to always try and strive for balance, even though I might not always get it. And CrossFit's one of those things where it can be a little bit stupid. You can read workouts or look at someone doing a stupid kipping pull-up and you think, well, they look fucking stupid doing it. And they're putting themselves, you finish a workout in a pile of sweat and you're just on the floor and you're done kind of thing. It's like, how is that good for you? And the answer is that it might not be the best way of training, but it feels mentally damn good. because you're doing something hard, you're getting over something that is challenging, and you're doing it in a community setting most of the time. And you're seeing incremental improvements. There's so many different things and different facets to the sport where you might not be good at anything, but you're going to be okay at most things. And you can always get better at something.
Yeah.
So it's a pursuit of always doing things. You can never stagnate. You can never, just be, whereas bodybuilding's got a lot more, bodybuilding or traditional gym training for that matter, is a bit more two-dimensional. It's a case of progressive overload and getting a bit stronger through week to week. Then you take a dealer. It's a lot more linear. Whereas CrossFit's all over the place.
Yeah.
Which is why it gets a little bit of a slander, because it's not the most optimal. I agree with that. It's not the most optimal or ideal method of training. It looks a bit silly from the outside.
But like you said that earlier about the euphoria, the higher the bigger the challenge, and when that's achieved, the higher the euphoria.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is like a, can be quite sort of drug-like. You can chase that, can you?
Chase that high. And again, at the start, when I first started doing it, it was very easy to slip into the mindset that more is better.
Yeah.
And I would do multiple workouts, and it, like you said, what's not stopping you from, if I'm not feeling the best, putting myself in a hole and doing 3 in a day, because it's like a form of self-destruction, if you will. But that soon tapered off and slipped down, because there are so many very, very important people that I've met at my gym in Glastonbury who have mentored and helped me through those things and made me a better person, for sure. Yeah. I owe those people a lot. I do.